This is Mr. Williams. He teaches at Dillard 6012. My name is Brianna Lauren, and I am a current Master of Public Health student. And for this interview, we're going to be discussing the Flint, Michigan water crisis, more specifically focusing on how the long-term impact of lead exposure can affect children's development and their academic performance in school. So, Mr. Williams, from an educational perspective, how do you see lead exposure affecting your children's development, their academic performance, their grades?
Right now, so I have a mixture of kids in my class, and most of them are ESC students. With the situation like what happened in Flint, where lead has been put in water, lead tends to slow down the learning of kids or slow the brain down the process of learning. And if most of these kids are already behind, the exposure of lead in their water, it would just make the situation worse.
How can educators and public health workers kind of come together to address this issue?
I feel like they can implement like probably early screenings, just to detect early signs of what's going on with the lead inside of the water, like poisoning, the lead poisoning inside of the water.
Is there anything that the school system kind of already does for students? Is there anyone at the school or any teachers maybe who have taken special interest in helping students? Is there anything that you guys do specifically already?
So normally we have, our school have drives, like clothing drives, water drives. The guidance counselor will probably talk. We send notes home, like care notes, just to really see how they're doing, the kids and family are doing in the household. So what's that?
Okay. So I'm thinking that possibly with the Flint issue, if we have something in public health that's called a needs survey, where we basically assess the community to try to figure out what the community actually needs. So maybe something can be done where we create this survey and send it home with students, or in a parent link or something, and then we can set up a drive of some sort for those families.
Okay.
In regards to leadership and management, I think you mentioned your guidance counselor being in charge of those drives. Do you see any opportunities that can occur between the guidance counselor and myself or another public health practitioner at all?
I mean, I do see a space where we can collaborate with education and public health. We can also implement our higher liaison to really look over both sides and connect everything so the process just flows better and everybody is connected in communication.
I think that would be a good idea, because I do think that education and public health are two, I guess, sectors that kind of intersect frequently. So I think having a liaison would be a really, really good idea. And do you foresee any challenges occurring?
I mean, personally as a teacher, one of the pushbacks you will get is cutting into instructional time, because we already don't have enough time to get across all the information that we're trying to do. So it would be a challenge when it comes to training teachers to do, like, to get the early detection signs.
Thank you for taking this time to sit down with me. I truly do appreciate it.
My interview with Mr. Williams revealed the interconnection of our two fields, education and public health. I think that in my CLC group, I definitely played a role as a facilitator, trying to get things done and encourage my teammates and members to participate, and I focused on providing feedback. And I think that with that CLC group, I definitely learned how to manage any issues that may arise, such as lack of or unwillingness to participate. Mr. Williams had mentioned that some teachers may have pushback or may not be willing to put in the time that it takes to perform the intervention that we discussed, like the water drives and the needs surveys and the trainings. And so I think that with my experience in the CLC group, I've definitely learned some skills that would help me to address that. I think I am a good active listener, that I'm good at responding after listening, and then always responding in an encouraging manner. Learning about the education system showed my target communication source if I were ever to integrate with an education system. I think I would definitely target a guidance counselor. She or he would seem to have the most impact on the students regarding things that may be going on outside of the school. And then overall, I think that public health is definitely a field where you have to make connections with the right people in leadership in order to get things done. And my interview with Mr. Williams helped me to